I said, this seems like a really important thing.
True professionals like this who represent what we are in every single market.
There are opportunities out there, and you just have to grab it.
But a moment like that, where you realize you really do touch people's lives, it's a good feeling.
I mean, it gives me so much joy.
Yeah.
Watching or giving somebody the keys to a house.
Yeah.
And saying, here, welcome to your new home.
CNG Media.
Hey everyone, this episode is in collaboration with Robert Graham, featuring styles from the Short Hill store in New Jersey. Enjoy the episode. Welcome to Vino with Vito, and today we have two special guests. We're going to keep up our Italian heritage here. Exactly. We got Biagio Benavenga, and we have Sal Pagarulli, but we call him Sal Pags.
There you go. It's much easier for everybody.
It's a lot easier for everybody to...
Sal Pags.
to pronounce his name there. And today I wore my limited edition Robert Graham shirt.
I love it. It looks great.
Little different. It's Valentine's Day tomorrow. I figured, the red.
Beautiful.
And you know what? It's I love wearing these shirts. And by the way,
nice.
I have a shirt that I named that's coming out on the 22nd of February next week. And
It's a dress shirt?
it's actually a nice dress shirt. I'll show you pictures
Somebody's
later.
in the family who's...
No. It's
I'm trying to
Robert Graham, made the shirt, and I was able to name it. So
moving up.
And today I got some nice little T-shirts here for you. Vino with Vito.
Thank you so
Vino
much.
with
Very
Vito.
nice.
Thank you for
I love this.
bringing the wine here for me.
Anything for you, Vito.
And today we're going to open up a bottle of Brunello from Kevin from Wine to Wine. And it
Wine
seems
to
like
wine. I know
everybody
Kevin,
knows
but
Kevin.
Everybody knows Kevin.
knows
Yeah,
Kevin, right?
Kevin is the best Italian in the world. He knows what I'm talking about.
He is the best Italian in the world.
whole world.
Oh, man. But
Kevin is simply the best.
He is the best.
Yeah.
He is the best. And
I
just
still get some wine from him. I still get
oh
pieces
yeah,
of wine from him.
No, he's he has good wine.
Yeah,
oh
he
my
does.
God, let me see.
And he's located in
Ah,
Garfield. His
that's it.
warehouse is in Garfield.
Yep. But now it's in Saddlebrook. He
Oh, he
moved from
changed it.
Garfield.
Good.
He's in Saddlebrook. But it's been a long time coming for you guys to come out
Thank
here.
you.
Sal, I know from many years ago.
Don't go too far back.
Too far back when we were in
21st
Patterson,
Avenue.
21st Avenue.
The famous
Patterson.
21st Avenue.
That's it.
The famous.
And Biagio, we were just talking about it earlier. I remember him probably 40 some odd years ago when he was in a band.
Playing in the band.
Playing in the band. The
Yeah.
Vibrations.
then.
And
Yeah.
back then. And I remember, I was one of those younger kids going there when you guys used to practice in Patterson and Riverside.
Yeah.
Man, it brings back a lot of memories.
To his credit, he's still around doing the same thing that he loves.
He loves doing it.
Music
here,
is in
which
his
is good.
Music is in his blood. Glad to hear that.
But it was a fun time.
It was
Yeah.
a very fun
and
time.
we used to have festivals outside. Right on 21st
Well,
Ave.
21st Avenue. Different
They have
era,
different
guys.
festivals there, too?
Many
yeah.
festivals on
All right.
21st Avenue.
Oh, yeah.
One of the guys in charge was Francesco Caramagna.
Yeah, that's right. Caramagna.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was one of the guys in charge.
This looks
Look
great.
at this. We're supposed to let it breathe for a half
let it
hour.
breathe, let it
but
Is that
breathe.
what they say?
That's what they say. But
I
we
never
don't-
knew that.
We don't have a half hour
Chris,
to
you
let
having
it
a
breathe.
drink?
Did Kevin say that?
Salud,
Salute,
guys.
salute.
Salute. I never knew.
Salute,
You had-
everybody. Happy Valentine to
Happy
everybody.
Valentine's
So the
Day.
wine connoisseurs, you
gotta
actually
breathe.
have to make it breathe
Yeah, take all
half
the
an hour.
sulfites, all the stuff
That's what they
that's in
say.
that half hour.
They say about a half hour.
20,
but you know
20
what?
minutes,
I
half
never knew
hour,
that.
yeah.
But this is good.
Learning,
You,
yeah.
you don't even need it to
No,
let
don't
it
let
breathe.
it breathe.
Don't let it
We
breathe
gotta
for the
what are we
half
gonna do?
hour.
Half hour show, let it breathe,
Breathe
for an hour?
That's
Yes,
it.
but
I can't even let it breathe for 2 minutes. I have to drink it.
It's good.
But I got to let everybody know, the other night we went to the Valentine's dance, okay?
Last
Saturday at Macaluso's. Let me tell you, it brought back so many memories.
Did it?
When growing up, all the Italian dances and, everybody, there. And let me tell you, these women were going crazy for you.
Well,
I don't know if they were going. I had to
don't
hold
think it
my
was for
wife
me.
back.
No.
I was like, wait a minute.
I don't think it was that. No, you know what it is? Good atmosphere.
Yeah.
Great place, great food. And people like to associate with each other.
Exactly.
They hear the music. So it was just a good time. Everybody's just having a good time.
And
And
you,
that's what we try to do.
Yeah.
and let me tell you, it was a good time. I haven't been to one of those dances
Oh, you
in,
gotta
a,
come.
in a
What
long
I like
time.
about
now,
'em-
now I'm going to start coming, you know?
What I like about them, like Biagio said, I like the food, the music, everything is good. But one of my favorite things that I like, seriously, I like that 95, 96% of the people that are there know each other.
Yeah.
And,
Yes.
if they haven't seen each other in 50 years, they see now, 2 months ago, a year ago, I'm literally 95, 96% know each other. So it brings everybody back, brings the old Glory Patterson days back. So that's why I love it.
No, you're right. And
Yeah.
you become you friends and you become family.
Family, yeah.
You start talking to each other like you said. You probably start talking to somebody like, wait a minute, how do I know you?
Every
Yeah,
day.
yeah. No, when we walked in, when I walked in, coming inside the place, we parked the car, we're walking in right away. Hey, Vito, how are you? I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, you're
soon as
here
you
too?
walked in,
Yeah.
see?
So, and then a couple other people in there, we saw that we recognized and we knew.
Yeah, since we've been doing
great.
this, especially even the outside shows, when we had 700-800 people on the outside, I love the people came from all over. They moved out to Florida, they went to Pennsylvania, upstate New York, Manhattan, whatever, and they all come back and see each other, all the Patterson people. We love doing it. And by the way, that was our eighth annual Valentine dinner.
Wow.
We're set next year already for our 9th. It's going to be Saturday, February 14th.
It falls right on the date. But it's something that everybody enjoys
Yep.
doing. Everybody's
yeah.
there to have a good time.
Oh, we should mention too,
great.
we had a big turnout. We had over 300 people, even though we had a major snowstorm.
Snowstorm. Oh,
Goes
absolutely.
to show you the resilience, of the Italian people.
Did
they
you
work
stay the whole
hard and they
time?
I
party
stayed the
hard.
whole
Oh, you
time.
did?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How much snow was on your car when you left?
It was quite a bit. When I left that night, when we were leaving, good thing when we got on Route 80, we were actually following the snowplow.
Oh,
so you were
smart.
okay.
So,
They were making way for you.
Yeah. So I called ahead. I said, "Can you wait until I get on?" 80?"
We're Biagio and I are very happy, very proud of everybody and happy that night. Everybody, we left a little bit early, but everybody got home. I made sure I text or called everybody that I knew. Everybody got home well. It was a big, successful
good.
night
It was
in a
nice.
snowstorm with 300 people. It goes to show you the power of the Italian people and the power of my good friend, Biagio.
I don't know about that, but no.
But it's great that you do all these, festivals
Yeah.
and these dances and everything. Because again, as Italians, you guys are out there. It's unbelievable. And the way you say, "Hey, keep the Italian heritage alive."
That's
'cause
our slogan.
That's our slogan.
Yeah,
right,
that's right there. Keeping our intelligence alive.
Heritage alive. And you know what? It's great because think about it. I was born in Italy. Okay, I came here as a little kid. All my kids are born here, but you know what? They enjoy everything about
That's the most
Italian.
of the people's story that we do. They were born in Italy, the kids were born in, we're trying to keep everything going.
That's it.
Our
That's it.
slogan is keeping the talent alive. That's it.
And my kids, they try to still speak Italian and
That's great.
Very well.
You don't want them to forget where we came from.
Exactly.
absolutely
And everything, and all the sacrifices you made,
Yep.
your parents made, your grandparents made, and what they contributed to the United States as well. So that's why we enjoy doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
And we've been very fortunate because everywhere we go as friends and we come out as family.
Yeah.
Because everybody's there to have fun.
Yeah.
And that's what we keep saying is let's keep our heritage and culture alive.
And we've done
That's it.
about 30 of these locally that we do ourselves, but Biagio has done maybe, 50, 60 shows all over the United States.
Yeah.
I mean, all over from Boston all the way to Los Angeles, from Canada all the way to Florida. We say every major town in the United States, he said.
Well,
and
what-
like he said,
what
we go
really
there as
surprised
friends
me-
and we become family
What
with
really
everybody.
surprised me, I'm going to like Detroit. And I
Detroit.
said, who's Italian in Detroit?
That's right.
And you go there and they're like us. First, second
Yep.
generation. And I'm
Wow.
shocked. I'm like,
Kids born in
I didn't
Italy,
expect no
here.
Italians to be here.
Yeah.
And they're like, because General Motors was here. A lot of people from Italy came here for the work.
For the work,
And
right,
so it's
right.
funny. You go to different pockets of the United States saying, there's no Italians here. And it's
is.
surprising they are.
Yeah. Now you really think about it, it's Italians everywhere. But
Everywhere, and also to we meet. They come and talk to us after the show. I'm very proud of all Italians. I am shocked, proud of all the Italians that we meet have done very well for themselves through hard work. They've done very well. So I'm proud of the Italian heritage for that reason. Everybody that we've met, they've done very well.
And we always joke around on the show, and the wizard back there always laughs. My dad actually sold a mule to come to America.
He did?
Yep.
Best
and
investment he ever made.
Right.
Wait,
We
to get the ticket for the
yeah,
ship?
yeah. We didn't use a ship. We had an airplane.
Oh, you
but-
still had the airplane?
We still had the
Ah,
airplane.
now my father came on the ship.
Okay. But picture, my dad,
Wow.
44 years old with 4 kids, a wife and 4 kids, and just,
So he sold Ujuch.
I think, I don't know if my mother wants to say it, bless her soul. We borrowed money to come to
Yeah,
America.
yeah.
One of our family member. Just so could
but
come
again,
here.
we
and
did
she
it-
paid him back.
But we did it legally.
And we did it.
There you go.
There you go.
I think we were on a waiting list. We waited 9 years.
Yes.
Yeah. Back
did it the
then,
right
you had
way.
to have somebody
Sponsor
sponsor
you.
you.
Come si
to-
chiamava?
to
La
come.
Trighiama.
La Tirighiamo. La
That's what they used to-
Tirighiamo, voglio, sapete che
That's what they used to call.
E là che ste casi non sanno la
La
Tirighiamo.
Tirighiamo.
Che non sanno niente la Tirighiamo. Noi lo sappiamo. Old
I
true
remember
guys,
that.
right?
No,
That's the
it
truth.
is
And
true.
that's how
It
we all
is true.
came.
Yep. That's how we all got
Yeah,
here,
we
and
got here.
a lot of Italians, like you said, are doing good for themselves now. And actually, I want to mention one thing. I bought you guys some cannolis.
We're
here,
very
too.
familiar-
Look at this.
familiar
and
with
this is
the-
another,
Yep.
friend of ours, Nick Deanna, that opened up the
We know
cannoli
Nick
shop.
very well. He's a
The
great
cannoli
guy.
shop.
He's
Look-
got
look at
great
this.
cannolis, great business, great attitude,
this.
great personality. He's gonna go far in this business.
That's it.
Pistachio,
Nicola, thank you for the
chocolate, got
cannolis.
all
I didn't know which one you guys
No,
wanted.
one
of
of
each.
each. Can you imagine?
Yeah, have
One
a
of each.
cannoli.
That's
Thank you,
great.
Nicola. Congratulations
We're gonna
on
have
your
a,
motor
we'll have
store.
a cannoli. We'll have a cannoli afterwards. I
is
don't want to,
great. Sweet.
dirty my
Oh,
lips.
yeah, I was gonna say.
I don't have any
No,
napkins
Nick is a
in
great
front
guy.
of
He
him.
deserves all the luck, all the success in the world.
That's it.
Very
That's
great
it.
guy.
Very good guy, Nick.
Yep.
And I got to meet Nick several years ago, and he bought sold a house, bought a house, sold a house. So, yep, very, very good family. Actually, know Nick's mother-in-law,
Really?
Angela.
Wow. Oh.
Shout out to Angela. We grew up together back the old days in Patterson,
In Patterson,
Riverside, where you used to practice with your band.
That's funny.
Unbelievable. It all goes down back
Look at
to
this.
Patterson.
Full circle.
Patterson,
All the way
Patterson.
around.
Yep. But Biagio, I see, you're coming out with some songs, some of your own stuff, and I'll tell you, man, it's great to listen, to watch you. and-
Thanks, man. Yeah, so I do a lot of the remixes. So what I do is, I had the band, which you know, but then I turned
I
around.
remember that band.
So as years went by,
Vibrations. Let's name
less
them.
less Italians were coming over. It wasn't the 70s, wasn't the 80s. So the band was really busy the 80s, the 90s, and maybe 2000. Then all of a sudden the DJs started coming in, and bands were starting to go out. Then we were doing Italian weddings, and they would say, we only want a few Italian songs because it became more Americanized. Nobody's coming over anymore. So the band, obviously, as the weddings started dropping off and DJs were picking up more, we stopped playing. But I always had the drive to play. So I have a grand piano at home. I would always play. So maybe 5-6 years ago, probably Sal knows better than me because he's good with dates. He's great
January
with dates.
28, 2018.
See, I don't.
Wow. Look
See,
at that.
January 28, 2018.
So I told my wife, because I'm a keyboard player, I said, I'm going to remix some songs. So I took the song Shut Up Your Face, which was big in the 80s. Joe Dolce did it.
Yes.
It was a novelty song. I said, I'm going to make this into a dance song because it's just a funny song. So I did it. Then I said, you know what? I can't dance. Sal knows. So I grabbed 2 girls. One's my daughter. I grabbed 2 dancers. I said, I'm going to start going out, have fun. And that's how it started. So I started looking at different songs, E Compare, which
Yes. Yeah.
the Over
to- yeah,
But I
yeah.
said, I'm going to change this song. There's 20 regions in Italy. I'm going to do i Napolitani, Siciliani, Calabrese, and I'm going to mix this in together and change the words. And that's how I did it. So I always focus on what song can I bring back that brings back memories of when I was growing up, and let my generation, the older generation, but bring the young
Experience it.
generation in, because now there's a dance beat to it. So they appreciate it. And that's what I, enjoy doing. Now I've been doing a lot of original songs because I did songs a while ago, and I said, let's just try. But we've been very, very blessed to do probably some of the biggest ones in the United States.
Absolutely.
We do the biggest festivals around. We're going March 1st and 2nd. We're going to be in Phoenix, Arizona,
Phoenix, Arizona. Humongous.
which is a Galbani Italian Heritage Festival. You know, we're doing that. We do the San Gennaro in Las Vegas.
27th and 28th of
Wow. He's got all
April.
the dates. We do the one in
April.
San Gennaro.
New York.
In Little Italy, we do
Right,
that.
right.
I'm going to
Boston.
Detroit now, like I said to you. I'm going to Buffalo. But it's nice, like I said, we're going in, meeting people. We're having a great time.
Great time.
And when we leave, it's
Fun.
family.
Yeah.
That's it. And the one good thing about it is, you know what? You love what you do.
Yeah. And also, too, I always got to agree with him. I don't have to agree with it because we talk about it. We talked about this yesterday in the car, that every festival that he's done, or he's doing the big ones, ready, they'll call him back for the following year.
Yeah.
That goes
Which
to
is
show
good.
you.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
sometimes
Big.
it's a one-off. They
Right.
usually
Right.
say, okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
They love him so much. I think Las Vegas is our 5th year now.
Yeah.
7, 8 years, New York San Gennaro. I think it's going on 8th year.
Yeah.
So
So that's good that
Yeah,
they
it's
keep
good.
that.
They
That
love
goes
it.
to show you, you know what? Everybody enjoys
They're
your
enjoying
music.
it.
Everybody loves you. It's more like in my business too. You know what? People got to call you back.
Recommendations.
The
Of
recommendations. If you
Literally, he
they
does
don't
the
call you
last
back,
song.
you're done.
We are just doing the last song in Phoenix, Arizona, Florida, Los Angeles, wherever it is. He gets off the stage. Okay, Badger, these are the dates. You're booked for next year. Literally, as soon as he gets off that stage. Because, of course, we got to catch a plane.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're always running.
But the great thing is though, when you do these things, you know, you go out there and you talk to the people.
Yep,
you know,
that's-
you take a picture, you
Yep.
shake their hands. You know what? That's the great thing about you.
No, but you would do that
have
as
to.
well.
You
Listen,
have
we
to.
would.
Right.
I was raised that way.
Right.
I'm sure
There-
you were raised
there-
that
there
way.
Don't
you
too.
listen
go.
to him. He's very
That's the way
humble.
I do it.
Yes, and
I
that's,
know.
For them to show up, I'm like, thank you for coming. And that's the
This
truth.
is other singers should follow this. Biagio goes at every show at least an hour earlier, talks to everybody, takes picture of everybody. Very true.
But right,
You're
but
very humble.
that's the way to do it.
And
You-
then
you know?
Vito, when the show is over, he stays another hour to take pictures with everybody.
Right.
So
right.
he goes an hour earlier, stays an hour,
Hour later.
later because he loves what he loves to do, and he's very humble at what he
Right,
does. So.
and that's how you get that following.
Yeah.
And
But
that's,
you have to enjoy what you're doing.
Yep.
That's the bottom line.
right, you have some.
And it's so true what they
Yeah.
say.
Yep.
If you
Yeah.
enjoy what you're doing, it's not work.
It's not work.
That's it.
It's not
That's
work.
it. You know what? You got to wake up in the morning and say, "This is what I enjoy doing, and
Yep.
this is what I'm going to do." And you know what? And like you said, you're humble. You know, you talk to people. You say hello
Yep.
to everybody. We had Federico here, Castellucci.
Of course.
We know
another
him,
friend of ours.
And another friend, you know,
Another
you guys
40,
know
50
him
years.
well, right?
Very, very
it's
well.
Same way. I mean, he runs into anybody. Hello, how are you? You know, and again, you don't forget where you came from.
No. And I take that with our parents. We were raised the right
Yep.
way.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
what I try to teach my kids. When you go in somewhere, you say hello. You leave and you say goodbye.
goodbye. Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Now,
yeah.
I'm hoping when I'm not there, they're doing it.
They're doing the same thing. My son, you know, everywhere I go, people will be like, "Hey, I saw your son today. He came up to me and said hello."
That's the
So
best.
you know what? We're raising
But
our
the way
kids good.
we do it, Biagio and I do, our kids do it also. When you walk in a room, there's 10, 12 people, whatever. Not our kids do, but every young Italian, American, whatever, should go in, shake their hand, say hello to everybody. Maybe on the way out, you don't have to say hello back to everybody, just say goodbye to everybody. But when you come in, you should acknowledge and
acknowledge
shake every
everybody.
person's hand that's in there. That's respect, the old-fashioned way. That's the Italian way.
Way.
That's how we should do it.
I would always get where, you know, we'd go to a party. This is, you know, going back many, many years ago. At the end of the night, I would go say goodbye to everybody, you know, and they'd be like, "What are you doing? It's another hour. Just wave, you know, go to the tables and just say bye-bye, you know?" And my wife would be like, "It's another hour. We gotta wait, you know? There's a snowstorm
It's funny you
outside.
said
Let's
that.
go."
That's the reason
It's
I
the
said
truth.
just say goodbye, because you
Yeah.
go there, you
Right.
got the time. Now you want to leave. You
Leave.
don't want to spend another 20
20
minutes.
minutes or a
hello,
half
goodbye,
hour.
everybody.
That's it.
But when you come in, you should say it.
But they say the Italian goodbye is an hour.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Or you're leaving, and then it'll be like all of a sudden you're talking, another 5 minutes goes by, you're leaving again, and another conversation. And
And
Just keeps going.
Vito,
Yeah.
with these shows that Biagio and I do, I think we're at about 30 now. Literally, I'm not kidding you. We sell out every show.
No, you should.
nice.
Rain, sunshine, cold, hot, snowstorm, as you saw, we sell out. People love what we do. We keep it reasonably priced. We keep everything elegant, 1st class.
I'm going to cut you off there. I'm glad you said you keep everything reasonably priced.
but-
The show you did last week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm saying to myself, how could they throw a show like that, have a dinner like
the
that,
food.
with the food, the restaurant, the drinks, and everything. And I go, I don't think he made any money. This is just me thinking. Again, I'm a mathematician.
We talk
you
about
know?
this all the time.
We
Go ahead,
say it.
Biaggi.
No.
Yeah, go ahead.
But we do it because we love to do it.
Exactly.
So you're right. We look at it and say, listen, how much is it going to cost? And we want to make sure the food's there.
Right.
Because we Italians want food.
Oh, of course. If you don't have the
you
food,
know,
nobody's coming
added,
back.
We added Alicia to this show. Last year we
Yes.
had Lime. And we just want to make sure everybody has fun. So we look at the pricing. We say, listen, we want everybody to come. We don't want because of the ticket price people are going to show up. But you're right. The food alone probably costs that much.
That's what I thought. I said, you know what? I got my daughters getting married in May, and
Oh,
trust
really?
me, I
Congrats,
thank you.
congrats.
And I know what the restaurant
Vito,
costs.
you brought up such a big, very important point. Biagio and I discuss that all the time. Folks, whoever's listening, we don't do it for the money. Vito was there. I don't know what we charged. It wasn't enough. But we do it because Biagio and I love what we do. We want our kids to keep the Italian heritage going, and that's what we do it for. There is no money whatsoever. We do it for the love and to keep Italia going right here. But you brought up a good point. I'm glad that you caught that, Vito.
No, I
Vito was
appreciate
there
it.
last Saturday. Between the food, the wine, the music, it
That's
was
what
half
I'm
the
saying.
price.
Yeah, I'm like, these guys made nothing today.
Exactly.
You know?
Thank you for
we
appreciate that.
we wanted to have events that people can afford
Right.
to come to. And that's why we do everything pretty much in North Jersey.
Yeah.
We could do shows in Atlantic City. We don't expect people to drive 2.5 hours like they used to back in the day.
But
Who's
you've done
older?
them, and
Yeah.
people
Oh yeah,
come.
we've done
Yeah.
the Hard Rock, we've done that.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that when we're doing our own shows, we try to keep it here because I know my parents are not going to drive 2.5
Right.
hours.
Right.
Then they got to walk a mile to get to the theater. Then the food, how much it costs you food. You're going to gamble a little bit. If you stay overnight, it's too much money.
It's $1,000 for two people. That's why we keep it here.
Easy. Yeah.
But Biagio, I love it. Biagio loves it even more than me because Biagio is in the music all his life. He loves it. So we pass it on to all the Italian Americans. And talking about shows right here, now we could talk about it.
Yeah.
You blocked.
No, it's all right. No, go
This
right
is
ahead.
our
Block
next
Vito's-
show that we're doing. I'm going to tell you the date. It's May 3rd. It's at the Legacy Castle, one of the most beautiful venue in the United
been there?
States.
I've never been to the castle.
It's
I'm going to try to come
absolutely
to this one.
beautiful.
Legacy.
We have a
You know
great
what?
group.
May, it's
You're
my
around.
daughter's
We're gonna
getting
have
married.
great
I got
music.
so much going on.
Biagio's going to
Trust me,
open
I
up.
would definitely
The
come.
food is great. The place out of this world. And I'll let Biagio talk about the group.
Basically, we call them they're the Italian Bee Gees. So, as you can see, because they're all 70s, the way they're dressed, their hair and everything. But they've had monstrous hits. Their biggest one was Anima Mia.
Anima Mia.
Was one of their biggest. But they have like 7 or 8 monstrous hits. They've been on. They're still on Ride. They were there on
they're all
last
over
week.
in Italy. They're everywhere. Dancing
So,
with the Stars. They're everywhere.
We actually have 4 dates for them because they're coming here for 4 dates. So we have Massachusetts,
Boston.
Connecticut, Rochester, and New Jersey. We're doing the 4, but which is great. So what happened here, just so you know, when I started doing these shows around here, local shows. Then I was going to Vegas. All of a sudden we have bands, artists messaging me saying, "Hey, we see what you're doing."
Right.
Because these bands are mostly from the 70s and 80s.
Right,
Stuff
right. So, yeah.
that we grew up with.
Right.
Our parents now. So now they're calling me saying, "Hey, we want to do a show. Will you do the show with us?" That's why we started bringing all the different acts in. So this is going to be their final tour.
Yeah, I
which
was
is
going to
very
emphasize
important.
that. Folks, get your tickets. You're never going to see them again live in New Jersey or anywhere. It's their final tour of North America. Sorry, Biagio, go ahead.
No. That's
The Italian Bee Gees.
The Italian
they're-
Bee Gees.
They are. I'm telling you know why they have the falsetto voices too. So they are the Italian Bee Gees, 100%. So when I speak to people, I tell them, "But who?" I said, "They're the Italian Bee Gees."
That's it. Straight to the point.
No, but that's good though. You're getting all these other,
Yeah. So yeah,
Groups
we did
and stuff
Umberto
coming.
Tozzi, which I'm sure
Yep,
you know.
yep.
Ti Amo, Gloria,
Pupo 2 times.
Yeah, we have
yep,
all different acts, But the Legacy is one of the nicest venues.
Really is.
And not even in the state, I think in the country. It's unreal.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, this room could hold 1,200 people.
No, 1,800.
Oh, without tables.
Yeah,
I'm saying with tables. 1,200 people.
Yeah,
1,200
it's
people.
nice.
My
It's surrounded
gosh.
by a lake. I don't know if you know where it is.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's
Right
beautiful. And
on.
They
23.
call it a Legacy Castle because it looks like a
And
castle.
somebody told us the other day, it was you and I, that it cost over $100 million to build.
Just to build that.
Come a
Great
long
thing.
way from Patterson, New Jersey.
Now speaking about restaurants and everything, Sal, you were in a restaurant business for a long time.
I was lucky enough, worked a little hard. I had 5 at one time, but never at the same time. I only had 2 at the same time. They sold and bought another one. But now I'm glad I'm out of it.
He's out of it.
Now, if you don't, I remember your last one was in Bloomingdale.
Bloomingdale,
You were
New
there for
Jersey.
what?
Lena's
Lena's
there
restaurant for probably 30 years, no?
Close to 40 years.
Wow.
Opened it up in 1983 and sold it 2022. So it was almost for 39 years.
To be in one place,
One
that
place,
long,
one
tells
spot.
you
Oh, my
something.
God.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. That's a. Now, you sold, again, getting into real estate. We
Right.
talk about real estate
Yes,
too.
real estate. We have
Now,
to.
we have to talk about some real estate.
Absolutely.
But what are they, or did they keep it a restaurant? Or
No, they're going to knock it down and put some condominiums, apartments.
Apartments.
They bought next door, they're going to put some.
So they didn't knock it down
Not
yet?
yet. They're in the process.
Wow, so it's
so
been, how many
been a
years
while,
has it
yeah.
been? Has it been 2?
3 years is going to
3
be,
years
yeah.
that you sold.
3 years
But
already.
they bought next
Wow.
door that they got 20-year rents coming in next door.
Okay.
Wow. But see,
Wow.
look at what people are doing. You have
Everybody's
this,
knocking these
everybody's
down,
knocking
building
them
up.
down, building condos,
Putting
building
restaurants underneath the
townhouses.
first floor.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what it is.
So that's what they probably might do. Put Lena's underneath downstairs and
Yeah.
put apartments
Yeah.
up top.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's smart.
They put a river walk in the back too, a little river walk.
Wow.
We got the river in the back.
Back.
So.
That's going to be gorgeous.
Real estate is hot right now. Invest, guys, and buy.
Buy.
We're here in the real
How
estate
are the
show,
interest rates?
Biagio.
I don't want to talk about how
gotta
the interest
buy,
rates are
buy,
starting
buy.
to drop.
They're still up there. You're talking almost
It's still
7%.
It is still
Yeah.
7.
Yeah.
And the whatchamacallit, based in fact, the home price didn't go down either.
They just keep
stayed
going
high.
up.
Listen, the
They're
only thing I
supposed to go
remember
down.
is my dad always tells me when he came from Italy and bought his first house, 17% interest. Can you imagine that?
That's insane.
17% interest rate.
I thought I was high when I paid 11 and a quarter. but
That was even high. Look, when you think about it.
That was hot.
Wow.
17%. The
17%.
one,
Thank God it wasn't a lot. The
prices
price wise,
weren't that
it wasn't
high.
$1 million home. It was maybe a 200,000.
No,
150.
I mean, my father.
But still, it's
it was,
high.
It was $28,000
Yeah,
when he
see,
bought the
there you
house.
go.
But still,
Imagine
at
still,
17%.
That's high.
yeah. But back then too, they weren't making the money that
He worked- he
making
worked
it was
at
only
a house in
regular.
Paris.
like my dad probably.
It was
The house
making
in
the
Paris.
extra money for the extra hours, the overtime.
Oh, the
80
overtime.
hours a week, not the 40 hours
Oh,
a
they
week.
would sleep there.
Exactly.
stay.
Yes,
as lame as they could.
Yeah, 24 hours.
12, 14, 16 hours. Guys,
They
you
would
hear
keep-
that? That's how you make it. 12, 14. I
Yeah.
don't want to preach, but that's how it's done.
That's back in the day. I mean, everybody working in those dye houses. That's how they survived.
Some of
and
them
made
brought
their
the
money.
beds, the small bunker beds, and they used to sleep there.
That was the way to do
That's
it.
the sacrifice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the market today, man, for our kids and stuff, it's insane.
It's tough.
It's crazy.
And everybody's overbidding. Is that still happening?
Yeah.
I got one now I was working on today, and same thing. The prices just keep shooting up. I had one deal, 120 grand over, and we didn't get it. 100 grand over, we
And you
didn't get it.
So
Didn't
people
get
are going higher.
Oh, a lot higher.
So why they push? Is there not enough homes? I don't understand.
Not enough homes for sale
For this area.
anywhere.
But how
Anywhere.
about like Florida? Aren't they saturated certain areas?
Florida, you're starting to see a
little
pullback.
downturn, yeah.
California, Arizona, those areas.
They overbuilt?
You're starting to see some sort of pullback.
Got it.
So when you see it coming out there in Florida, it's going to eventually hit here, but it could take another 3-4
I
years.
think it's
You
because of
don't
the
know.
insurance with storm insurance, and tornado
yeah,
insurance. That's
and
why
all
a little
that.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But you think about people that bought a house back in 2020, 2021. The interest rates were like 2-3%.
Yeah.
That's it.
299,
Yeah.
275.
But look how it jumped.
Yeah. My oldest daughter got 2 3/8 on a 30-year mortgage.
That's good. That's a great rate.
Great. Now,
you kidding me?
Now, where are you going? If you want to move, you're not
No.
moving anytime soon.
No.
Now, my middle daughter, the one that's getting married, she bought last year 6 5/8. What a big difference in
That's
3
my
years.
son too. Same
6
thing.
and 5s.
6 5/8.
Yeah.
He bought
yeah.
in Wayne.
Yeah. it's crazy.
I told him stay home. No, save more money, stay home. Why are you buying that?
No.
But you know, they
Pay me.
saw and
You give
he
it to him
bought
when he leaves. You give him the money. It's a little bit. It's 40% down to 30 instead of 20.
But still, it's just at that kind of interest rate, it's up there. But if the prices keep going up, you're
No, you're
better
right.
off.
That's what they all say. But then you do that and you add the taxes to it, and you're like, look at our nut every month.
Yeah.
That's scary.
very scary.
They both have to work today.
That's
too.
what I was going to
yeah.
say. They
This
need
is
to
not
work.
like,
No.
back in the
Nobody's
day.
staying home.
That my mom was home. My
Right.
father was working.
Yeah,
No,
no,
those days
no
are
more.
gone.
Everybody's
Everybody
working.
works.
Everybody's
Everybody.
working. You got a 3-year-old kid. You're going to
Yeah.
work too.
Gotta sell some
Pay
newspapers.
for your bed. Pay for the roof over your head.
You're right.
But yeah, it's just insane. I don't see anything changing anytime soon. But
Wow.
we'll see. We'll see where it goes. The wizard here, he won't buy a house.
Well, he may be the
always says
smartest
he
one
wants
here.
a rent.
He may be the smartest one here.
He says he wants a rent.
Biggest liability.
A lot of people do that. A lot of people rent. Maybe they know more than we do.
I hope not. Everybody out there, you still
Buy,
need to buy. Buy.
Buy.
Buy as much as you can.
More millionaires are made in real estate than
Yeah.
any other business. Is that correct?
That's it. That's it.
Buy
If you
for you.
hold on to them,
Yeah, you gotta
know
hold
what?
on to it.
You hold on to the properties for a while, they go
It
up.
appreciates big time.
It's just like I bought a stock a couple months ago. I sold too early. Now it's up like 50%.
That sounds like my luck.
Yeah, so
I always sell too early. Then all of a
Yeah.
sudden it jumps up.
Yeah, today I'm looking at it and it jumped up about 40% just today. I'm
Wow.
like, son of a,
You never know. That's the
you
beauty
don't
of
know.
stocks. You
But-
never know.
But that's why we got to keep working. I got to keep selling real estate. You guys got to keep doing
but now
shows.
you're coming out with a shirt. That's great. Here you go.
It's
You
all
got-
good, guys. It's all good. We're lucky. We're blessed.
We're
Very blessed to be where
very
we
blessed.
are.
Yep.
To where we were coming from Italy. We're blessed.
Now, besides the show in May here, you said you're doing something in Phoenix.
Yes.
Is that your next show or?
Yeah. So next big show is there. Then we got Vegas right after that. But it just keeps going. Like I said, we're Buffalo, Florida,
Boston.
it's all over.
Now, how do you get these venues to actually call you? Or do
Believe it
you
or-
call them
No.
and say, hey, I want to put an
We
Italian
don't
show
solicit.
out?
We
Well,
don't solicit. Right,
For our
listen.
own show here, because we're bringing, we'll say, hey, we want like the Valentine's show. But a lot of these people from out of state, it's social media. They see us singing somewhere. Can you send me a video? Or they'll see a video and they'll say, you know what, we got to have you for our Italian thing. We love what you're doing. You're pumping up the crowd.
Right.
You're giving out Italian flags. Everybody's clapping. Everybody's singing. So the power of social media. Back in the day, we didn't have that.
So every video that goes out there, Biagio singing, it sells itself for the next show.
So that's how we got
Yeah.
free publicity. Let's put it that way. You just put it on. We use that.
Yep.
We do use that.
And you
Big
guys
time.
do really good with the social media.
We
Well,
gotta
we-
laugh at it. We do very
we
well.
do. We do.
We use it very
We
well.
use it for that. Very positive. We don't
Yeah.
write anything negative about
Right.
anybody. We do the right way.
Try to do everything positive. Everything do is positive. Don't talk bad about nobody. Do everything do is positive. Help other people in which way we can. We do a lot of behind the scenes fundraisers.
Yeah.
We don't publicize too much, but we do a lot of behind the scene fundraisers. Biagio helps out a lot. I always say at least 5 or 6 shows a
Yeah,
year
they'll
of
call
fundraisers.
us and they'll ask, and we say, absolutely. How much
Last
do you
one that
charge? We don't want money. It's
yeah, we
for-
don't charge. Last
God
one was
forbid it's for
humongous.
cancer, it's
was
for
it
this.
for breast cancer?
Breast cancer in
in
Staten
Long
Island-
Island,
Staten
Staten
Island.
Island, right on the water. I think between the whole day there was like 50,000 people. Wow.
Yeah, it was huge.
Really,
yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
And they are willing to pay. They're all willing to give Biagio money. Doesn't take any money.
Yeah, of course.
So we do
What
at
are we
least
here for? You got to help
yeah,
each
we
other.
do at least 5, 6 shows a year. For we do one in Franklin Lakes.
And you feel good doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
You
let
want
me tell
something better
you.
than that? You feel great helping
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
That's all.
You always
It's
do.
your time.
You know, it's
It's a little of
and,
your time. That's all it is.
And again, there you go. You just said it's a little of your time. You go out there. You're helping for a good cause.
Right. And-
At night, you sleep a lot better. And you know what? That's going to turn around and help you out more than anything
That's it.
else by doing that.
I do it because I enjoy doing it. And my family's blessed. We're blessed. And I'm like, if I could help somebody, I'm going to help.
Of course,
That's
of
it.
course.
And that's the way I was raised.
That's it.
Let's help each other.
I was just gonna say that a lot of people might take a look at a video like Saturday night and they say, "Wow, Biagio, what a great singer, great everything." I have to say from the bottom of my heart and tell the truth that Biagio has gone so popular, has exploded because it's the whole package.
No, I agree.
It's just not the singing. Off the stage, behind the scene, helping people out, doing so much other stuff that is like it's the whole package, you know.
Especially all those-
working
Thank
with
you.
the venue vendors,
Yep.
working with everybody. So everybody, if you think that Biagio is exploded, is famous because of his singing, yes, but it's not the whole. It's a whole package.
It's
Because there's a lot
everything.
of people that sing like Biagio, but they haven't gone anywhere because they don't do the stuff that he does behind the scene. I'm not trying to.
No, not at all.
Tell
like
it
I
the way
said,
it is.
Like I said, all those middle-aged women going nuts the other day.
I thought-
Including your wife.
I felt like
my
Van,
cousin
I felt like
Danny's
Van
wife.
Halen up there.
My
right?
cousin
Tom
Danny's
Jones.
wife, right?
That's it. They're all going nuts. They're all on the dance floor, and I'm
Yeah.
like, what are you doing over there? Get over here.
Another
You know?
thing I just remembered too that when we sign contracts, a lot of the artists they sign contracts, they put writers on it. Biagio doesn't put any writers. We simply don't ask for nothing.
No.
Nothing. These guys, this kind of water, that kind of soda, this kind of food, the thing gotta be here. This
Yeah,
gotta.
it's kind of
you know, you gotta
ridiculous,
have
some of these
M&Ms in my
writers.
dressing room, champagne.
Champagne. Oh my
Biagio's
God.
rider
Everybody asks
consists
for
of
riders.
Biagio's rider consists of 0 demands.
I just want a bottle of water, which
That's
Sal
it.
gets me.
Sal gets you
We
a
get the
bottle of
water. That's it. We don't even bother them for water, you know.
I
They
get
appreciate
the
that.
bottle of wine
There you
with
go.
holes in it. What the hell?
That's got, that hole is right down there. It's gone.
It's gone. There's a hole in my bottle
It's
of
a
wine.
good wine, though. Very good wine.
But it's so nice to see and hear about people that came out of Patterson that have done well, and most of us, gonna include that we've done well. And I know because I know I did it myself. We've done well for ourselves and our family. But I think we also have done well to serve other people. We do a lot of. I've done a lot of fundraisers, help a lot of people.
I've seen that.
Yeah, you see. So I'm very proud that God, made me.
No,
little
listen.
success, give me the health.
You give back.
But I
You
love
give
to
back.
give back, and we
You
give
have
back
Pay
a
it
lot.
forward, give it back.
You have to give back, and
agree
I
with that.
try. Yeah, and I try to instill that into my kids too. You
That's
know
one
what?
of our
You know,
motto with Biagio.
you
Give
always-
back as much as we can.
That's right.
We believe in giving back.
Here, I'll give you an example. Last night, I'm negotiating an offer. We're the highest offer. Okay, we're going to beat everybody else by $8,000, whatever. Realtor comes back and she's like, well, you're close, but I know you're beating them by whatever. The other agency, they're charging less commission, but the buyer's paying the commission. That's why it looks like it's more money, this and that. And I'm like, take some out of my commission. I don't care.
That
Just
was
get
nice.
the, just get the deal
No, you didn't
done.
have to say that.
Right. I
You
said,
could've
just get the
said-
deal
So
done.
the bottom line, not to talk numbers, it was $1,000 difference, right?
No, it
so,
was more than that.
Oh, but I'm saying, but you do whatever you need to do to make the deal
Right,
go.
right, and especially when you're trying to help out a young couple,
Yeah,
young
absolutely.
kids, my daughter's friends or whatever. It's like whatever you got to
That's
do
nice.
to try to get the deal
Right.
done. But other agents out there, hell no. And you go back, we call them one and done.
No, you're right.
It's one and done.
One and done.
One and done, and that's it.
And then
you know?
remember that's going to come back.
It comes back.
It comes back
right.
to you.
Yeah.
Vito, we know what we do. What do you mostly sell around in this area? Fairfield, West Caldwell, our area, right? Or you go everywhere?
We do. I do mostly, Passaic County, Essex County, Morris County, Bergen County. We do all this area here. We also, I got to tell this story today. We also buy houses, fix them, and sell them. I have partners. So today, my partner one of my partners calls me and he goes, "I just went to the house we bought in this town. I'm not going to mention the town.
Right.
Well, the old owner happened to be in there." And I said, "Okay, what happened? Did you say hello and this and that?" She was supposed to take her things out
Stuff-
3
some
weeks
stuff
ago.
out.
She's
But
still
we're
there.
doing stuff that we got to do with the property, so it's not a big deal. He walks in. She was upset about something. She has a hammer, breaks the granite,
No.
starts smashing the bathroom,
Can't do that.
tore up the whole
my-
kitchen cabinet,
Are you kidding
on
me?
the
Imagine
front
that.
lawn and everything else. And I'm like, that's what I said. Are you kidding me? Are you joking? And he's like, no. I go, you can't make this up.
Wow.
You can't make it. But that's why I try to explain to people. Everybody's like, oh, yeah, buying houses,
No,
fixing
it's-
houses. It's easy. Yeah, go
No,
through
it's
that
not.
right now.
I
You know?
tried a few. This is funny part. I did a few flips, right?
Right?
But both flips that I did, I lost money.
There you go.
And my wife goes, I don't get it. On TV, everybody's making money. I said, Tina, on TV, they only show you the ones that do well. Trust me, they have bad ones too.
Absolutely.
Everyone doesn't make money.
No.
You have good and bad.
No,
I said,
no.
but they're playing the odds. They buy 10.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah.
said, unfortunately, the two we got, we lost.
You lost money.
So then we stopped.
But the other funny one is, so we have another one today. The septic guy has to go check the septic for us. And the same thing, the owner's still in the property. The ex-owner. We own the house,
Right.
but he's still in the property. And we told him yesterday that the guy's going to come check the septic. You got to let him in or whatever,
Right.
9 a.m. Well, 9 a.m., ringing the doorbell, no answer. I get a phone call. All right, let me call the guy. Call the guy, no answer. I text him, no answer. I'm like, son of a gun. I call my nephew. How did we make out with the septic guy? He goes, it's been like 6-7 hours. I can't get a hold of him. I'm saying to myself, I hope the septic guy isn't in the septic and we can't get a hold of the
can't get a
other
hold of the
guy.
guy.
We can't get a hold
That's
of the guy.
He's down there.
But he might be down in the septic. We don't know.
Wow.
But like you said, it's not easy. People
No.
out
No,
there.
nothing is easy.
Nothing.
Nothing's easy.
If it was
No.
easy, everybody would
do.
be
Not
doing
even
it.
doing this show is easy. We put a lot of time. We start. Well, we
No, you're
started
right.
in January
Everybody
for
thinks
May.
they think it just happens.
March, April, March. We got 5 weeks. We got to work on this show for 5 months.
But all those
Then
TV
do-
shows, like you're saying, she's watching all these shows, flip homes.
Yeah.
Oh, look how easy
I
it
made
is. I said,
56,000
no,
in
it's
3
not.
weeks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what everybody thinks. Like last night, I'm negotiating, right? It's probably like 7, 8 o'clock at night. We're going back and forth. And my wife's like, did you get it? And I'm like, you heard me, the whole time. She goes, how do you do that all day long?
Yeah.
How do you, now you get the young people trying to do this, forget about it.
Yeah, and everybody, like you said, they think it's the
They
thing
think-
to do.
yeah.
They don't have no. Plus, you have to purchase the right
Price.
Well, the right price, because if you throw too much into it, you're going to lose money.
How about when you
Or
fix
you
it?
don't unforesee things and say, "Wow, well, you know you have to do that."
Or
you gotta
about
do
you
that.
fix it, it's done, ready to go, but it doesn't sell. Now you're paying all the interest. Next thing you know, you pay so much interest.
That's what happened
and
to a
you-
house.
and you don't make no money.
That was a house in Wayne I did on Black Oak Ridge Road. Right on Black Oak Ridge
Road.
Road. I thought we were going to do so well. We lost.
You lost money. Yeah.
Yep. I said, just get rid of it.
Get rid of it. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
get rid
of it,
But that's what ends up happening. A lot of
Yeah.
people.
Well, like you
know,
said, it's a game. 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10,
Yep.
4 out of
It's the
10.
odds.
Or you buy these houses, you don't even go in them. And
Yes.
then you open the front door and you're like, oh,
What did I do here?
then
What
you
did
start
I do here?
then you start working on it. You open up a couple walls, and all of a sudden the termites are on the
Yeah.
second floor. So you got to rebuild the whole entire house.
Right,
That-
no.
unforeseen.
Unforeseen. 100%.
You just don't know.
You don't know what happens.
That's it. And then every contractor out there thinks you're making a killing.
Of course,
And-
their
and
prices
they're
go
like-
up.
yeah, their prices
the
just
plumber,
keep going
my
up.
price is this.
Yeah.
The electrician wants this.
They hit you over the head.
Kitchen
Oh,
cabinets went up.
yeah,
the
you're
floor
gonna,
went up.
yeah, you're gonna do good on this one. Oh yeah, all of a sudden the price is like double. You know,
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not easy.
but
It's not
good-
easy.
At least good thing you don't put your prices double when you do these
No,
shows.
we try to keep it very close to what it costs for the show.
Really think about it. We actually do talk about it for like maybe half hour, 40 to an hour between him and I, what we should charge. And the last show, we even lowered it because it's the same people that come. You can hit them over the head. So that's what we try. I say, if I'm going, do I think it's too high? Yeah,
Right.
you're going. What do you
That's
think?
what I say.
I'm not going to pay
Now,
for
some
that.
people could pay it, right? But we
Right.
want everybody,
Everybody
to
to
afford
pay.
it.
Right.
So that's why,
That's why.
with all the 30 shows that we've done, literally, I could say 30 shows sold out. That's the reason why we keep. When we did the outside shows, we were charging some tickets $25. We got 700-800 people.
No.
Wow, that's amazing.
Well, we did a few at the.
Didn't you do that at the Franklin Station?
Yeah, we did
we
one.
did.
We did
actually
3
did that,
there.
We actually did that during COVID.
During COVID.
Nobody was doing anything.
Yes, I remember that.
Nobody was doing anything outside.
I was scared during
Yeah.
COVID.
No,
That's
but
why I didn't make it.
We did everything by the hand.
We had the sanitizers, we had the masks, but we did it outside. Nobody was doing anything. And believe me, we were getting some texts. What are you doing? You're pushing COVID all over the place. But we did it, and people came out because a lot of people were like, "We're tired of this
nobody
COVID.
got hurt.
We're
We
tired
did
of
it-
wearing
we did it
masks.
right, too.
We're outside. We're not inside." So, yeah, we're right. We did a few at Franklin's
so we
Steakhouse.
take everything in consideration when you put these shows: the price, the location, everything, and that's why it sells out. And everybody comes. You could see it. You saw it Saturday.
Oh, I'm telling you,
middle
it
age,
was
younger
amazing.
people come.
Yeah, younger people.
older people come.
I was maybe Sal knew. I didn't know you were there until I saw it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we ended up getting your Donato.
Yeah, my cousin,
right? Your
Rosanna.
cousin
Oh,
Donato. We belong to one of the clubs, Sons and Daughters of Italy.
Yeah, Rosanna,
We
that's the
ended
lady
up-
that bought the 32 tickets.
tickets. We
Oh,
ended up
okay.
getting 3 tables.
Oh, so that
Yeah.
was the
The
three.
first 3 tables.
Yeah,
Remember
the
we
first
put them
3
right there?
Yeah, I was honored. I said, "Wow, how did I
Yeah.
get the front
I
table?"
told
here?
guys
I
when we got
I
this,
felt like
yeah.
I was at a relative's wedding. I got the
just
front
as soon
front
as we
row.
set up the table, I said they get the first 3
Sal
right
goes
here.
here. This Rosanna has 3 tables. We said,
Right
okay,
there.
give her the 3
She
tables.
was the first one to buy them, paid on the spot. So we got to take care of
Yeah,
Rosanna.
we from the club there, we had a bunch of people that
So
came.
told me
where's
Vito.
Sons and Daughters? Where's the club at?
It's in Fairfield.
Because there's Sons and Daughters is big all over the place,
Yep,
right?
yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
'Cause I
Sons
always
and
hear that,
Daughters.
Sons and Daughters.
Yeah,
No,
and
we got to
then
get them for this.
Yeah, and then you have Unico. I belong
Right,
to
yeah,
Unico
Unico's-
also, but yeah, Sons and Daughters. We ended up buying the 3
That's
tables
great.
there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It was
Thanks
good.
for everybody
No,
that
no,
came.
no,
Her
no.
cousin Rocco was there. Rocco, he was one of the tables. Yeah,
Yep.
that was
a
good.
lot of people there. I'm telling you, it
But
was
what I'm
great.
saying, we're
Young,
very
like
well-
you said,
yeah,
younger
we're- that's-
people.
I'm
But-
glad you had fun.
No,
That's-
let me tell you,
See,
it
that's
brought
what we
back
want.
so many memories. Casa
There you
Italiana, all those,
But that's what we try to do. We literally talk about it. So we don't want to get the older ones. We got to get everybody together. So we got to keep
mixture
it
of
reasonable
everything.
and have
Exactly.
enough songs for this, for that, make everybody happy. And that's what. And you saw it. There was a lot of young people, a lot
people.
of middle-aged people, not a lot of older people. too.
We're gonna get the wizard the next one.
The Wizard's
You
got-
gonna come? Yeah, Uncle Sammy.
The Wizard has to come.
The wizard has to come. There's a lot of young Italian women.
There you
there.
go.
Yeah, it
Apollonia.
takes a lot of hard work, but a lot of thought behind it. Because you got to try to make everybody happy, and that's hard to make everybody happy. But you got to do that. That's
No,
what it
no,
is.
and you guys do an unbelievable, job doing that. I
And
got
same thing with the music. We
admit.
try to mix it so it hits
And we
everybody.
try to pick a place where there's good food too.
Right.
Macalusa's is always
Macalusa.
great.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
no,
know
the
we're
food-
dealing
the
with
food
it.
was good. The
So
food
of
was
course we look at that too.
And-
I
and
said
it-
the food's got to be
Be
important.
good. And the best was it was like, you had the cocktail hour. So all the Italians again, the cocktail hour. There's a long line, a couple dishes here, going back and forth. They're coming back with a couple dishes. Then you have the sit down dinner, and then everybody's waiting, for the
Vinis. Here it
They're-
comes.
they're waiting. Here it comes. Here it comes. Wait a minute. They're about to announce it. Here it comes. And then another long line. with
You're right.
I was off carbs for a while, but that night I said I
you
gotta have
have to
some
cheat
ice cream.
once in a while.
I ended up cheating. I had
Well,
some
thank
ice
you
cream.
that you came. Thank you that you got good words to talk about it. We appreciate it
No,
very much
no,
because
it's
you're telling the
wonderful.
truth. So
No, I am telling the truth. I'm not, I'm not a guy to just,
and the Biagio and I are always open to constructive criticism.
and if I had
this year we got no criticism at all. So it was good.
And let me tell you, if I thought something was wrong
And we
or
appreciate
whatever,
it when people
I would
tell
tell
us.
you. I would tell you right off the bat, and I didn't see anything.
No.
I
anything
appreciate it.
wrong
We
at
really
all.
do.
And
We
again,
appreciate
especially
it.
in the snowstorm. So we were very, very happy to everybody happy that everybody showed up. Over
That's why we
300
actually
people.
opened the Viennese table a little early.
Earlier, yeah.
Yeah,
Because I
because
said
of
it's
that.
snowing.
Snowing.
People, see, we were worried.
Yeah.
We want the people to have everything. I don't want them to leave and say we didn't even have dessert.
Dessert.
So we
Yep.
said as soon as the dinner is done,
Yeah.
open that Viennese.
Biagio and I actually talked about it the night before. We talked about it that day. And we talked about it again with Maroon.
Yep.
Right? And we actually implemented that we start everything earlier. And everybody got out a little earlier so that it'll be better timing to go home in the
Yeah.
snow. And everybody was appreciative that they're going home a little earlier, too.
And the other thing you got to think about too is, and I thought about it, right? And my wife would be the first one. Hey, it's going to snow. I don't want to go, and this and that. And you know what? She didn't even mention a word about
Wow,
the
glad
snow,
to hear
Really?
or hey,
That's good.
should we not go, or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
No,
But we
was
did
it.
get a couple of phone calls. People
Yeah.
saying,
Oh, you haven't?
Is it still on?
Yeah.
Yeah. As of now, it's still on.
Right, right.
You
Well,
know, And that's how we kept it. And we went.
Yeah, so
and like
ba-
we made sure Sal and I spoke. We said,
Right.
Sal, we got to get them to bring the main course a little earlier. We got to make sure they bring the Viennese table. They got to open up early because we already knew people are starting to look at the time. Starting to
Start
look
looking at the
outside.
outside.
Say, hey, there's a couple inches on the floor. We want to make sure everybody's happy, and it worked out
So
well.
usually
Worked out.
we bring out the Venetian table around 11 o'clock. I think we're at
Yeah.
10 o'clock. we
10
brought it
o'clock
out.
was up.
Yeah.
Now people were
I
happy.
was looking
they got
at
the
it.
thing now. They dance a little bit more. So
Yeah,
we made everybody
I think
happy.
we didn't leave till like after 11 or 11 or so.
Yeah. No, it was a perfect night.
When we ended up.
Because if you go back just, I guess, 6 weeks ago, we were there for New Year's Eve. Make a reservation next year. Sells out
We were
fast.
there at New Year's
Where-
Eve. We
Oh,
do,
yeah?
we do it there. They book us every
1:30,
year.
1:45, there's still people
There's
dancing.
still people dancing.
Oh, it was
Literally,
New Year's Eve.
literally, I'm just gonna say, not for any reason at all. Macaluso, the food, the place, the atmosphere, the music sells out, and it's #1 place to be for New Year's
Music.
Eve. And he sells out. I already know already. Thanksgiving,
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
sold
gone.
we
out.
sold out. Wizard, you hear that? Nucci sold the house. We got nowhere to go New Year's Eve. We're going to Macaluso.
He puts on. We do at 1:30, quarter to 2 o'clock. Still people dancing.
There you go.
Yeah, he does
There
a
you
great
go.
job, and he sells out all the time. He's
Good,
got
good.
getting great food, great cocktail hour, great everything he's got.
I remember the original Macaluso.
Yeah, we were
Joe
talking about it yesterday.
Remember, we used to be the house band over there. Our band. Yeah. Joe Macaluso.
Joe Macaluso, yeah. When you were talking about bands before, when you were playing in a band
Right.
and everything, and I'll bring this up when I saw you
Back in the day.
45, 50 years ago, back in the day. And, you were practicing with your band in Riverside
Right.
there, Blessed Sacrament,
Yes.
I think it was.
Yes.
And we started talking. And again, we really didn't know each other. And you're like, hey, do you play too? I go, no, I just come and watch. but again, back then it was the young girls. They used to come all the time.
Yeah,
and
we used to have
knew
a little. We used to have like little, people come and watch and have fun.
How's
Yeah.
the world? And it's funny that you mentioned all this. A lot of people, because now Biaggi is almost a national act that we go all over, think that he just started singing, right?
Yeah.
Biaggi,
Yeah, they don't
how
really-
long
They
Biaggi-
used to play the
yeah, how
organ.
long Biaggi? It's been a year, 6 months you've been
Yeah,
playing?
people- yeah.
It's actually,
Well, people that know me know
Yeah.
I've been in a band. Other
Yeah.
people like, I don't know you.
I
Man.
know
I thought
you.
you just started singing. I said, no, I've been doing it
so
forever.
we kind of make it known that Biaggi was actually a musician before he was a singer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
Which
I,
is important.
Yep, I remember. I had the Italian edition at my wedding.
Did
they,
you?
They played.
So
Yeah.
wait, did you
Vito?
have?
I had
Did you ever?
Vito.
Russell was there too.
I think Russell Mania,
Russell was
God
there?
rest his soul.
That's
was there.
right.
Yep.
I
yep.
think Tony was the guitar player. If he was still there.
Tony Aliotta.
Tony Aliotta.
wow. Vito
See, I never-
Legratali.
Vito, Vince.
Vince. Yep. And Sal. I think
Sal was the
singing.
keyboard player. Was Sal the keyboard player? Oh no, the girl was the
The
keyboard
girl,
player.
I think, was the
I don't know her
keyboard
name.
player, and Sal, I think,
Sal
was singing.
Grave Sal
was
Grave
singing.
is one of the best singers I know.
Yeah.
He's
Oh
fantastic.
yeah, I remember that.
Grave.
1988. We had.
So where'd you get
We
married?
had the band.
You remember the hall, the catering hall?
It was the Princess.
Of course.
The
Tony
Princess.
Tarabacchio was
Yep,
the owner.
Yep. The
And
Princess on
Maurizio-
Route
and
46.
Maurizio was the
yeah.
maitre
Talking
d'.
about music
Yeah.
and catering halls, Biaggi
Yeah,
knows
because I
them
was
all.
there.
He
I used
played
to
at
be there
all
all
of
the
them.
time.
Yeah.
Nice. Back then,
Back then, that was the place to be. Yep.
That was the place to be.
The Princess.
Princess.
Yeah. I wonder what's there now. I have no idea.
It was called
but
Elon, like Elon Musk. I don't know. It changed
now
hands
it might,
a few times.
Now it might be X.
Yeah, it may be. You know what? Back then, it was a big Italian place. Even the Cotillion back then.
Oh, Cotillion
Yes, I
was
remember
great.
And if the
Cotillion.
cameo, which
Yep,
was
the cameo
was the
was across the-
Venetian,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But it was the cameo.
That's when I got married, the cameo. Wow.
Camera. Now, what was that? 1990
85.
something? 85.
85.
Oh, okay, I was 88.
That's
and the
great.
guys you mentioned, I was very good
I was
friends
12.
with Russell and Tony Aliotta.
Tony
I know
Aliotta.
them very
I think
well.
Tony
And
Aliotta
Russell.
is in Florida now.
Oh, did he
right?
move?
I think he's.
I haven't
I think
seen-
he's in Florida.
The only person I once in a while see or talk to is Vito.
Okay.
And he lives the furthest.
Yeah, he lives the first. Vito Legratali and Monica. I actually went out to Vegas with my son.
You did? Okay.
Ralphie, and we were in Vegas, and we ended up going to California, and we ended up going to dinner at Vito and Monica's house.
What a
I
great-
mean,
Vito's-
it was
Vito's great.
Yeah,
great
it was
guy.
great.
Great people.
Yep,
And,
we were drinking scotch, smoking
Yeah.
cigars,
Vito's
and hanging
Vito's
out.
great.
Think,
Vito's great.
I don't know the years exact, 3-4 years ago, we put together Casa Italiana reunion show at this place.
Yeah.
And the Vibration get together.
So I had my
What a
band.
night it was, Vito.
Which I don't know if you know some of the people
Yeah.
from my band. Tony Graziani was the drummer. He lived in Patterson above the Roma Club
Okay.
when the Roma Club was there.
I probably know.
Oh, you
but
know
I don't
him.
remember the. Yeah.
So, yeah, we-
a
we-
little
but
character.
That's when we first started. But
Yeah.
like I said, some guys who moved to Connecticut, who moved here, and that's when Vito came in and the different bands. And that's why we know each other.
You should do another reunion.
Yeah, that was
I do.
nice.
That would be
I
was
listen,
nice.
believe me, I'd love to
I
do
enjoyed
it. Just to
that
get
one.
everybody together.
Yeah, yeah. Have
What
a
group
have a
did we
nice
have? I still got
reunion
all the
and
best. I forgot
you
right
know,
now.
play
Yeah.
actual live music
We
instead
play
of
live
a DJ.
music.
You
Yeah,
know,
we play live
We had the
music.
first DJ of Casa Italiana. Remember Tony?
Yes, we had Tony from Agaz Daliana. We used to play Agaz Daliana.
Yeah.
We had him in one of our reunions. Yeah,
That was a great, great night we had there at that place.
yeah.
it's
fun.
amazing
Yeah,
how,
like I said, I
how,
can't believe.
you
So
know,
we've done in 8 years, we've done close to 30 shows.
But I got to tell you, just bring that up since you said you're going. Back in the day, because I know now it's different. The father of the bride used to choose the band, not the bride. The father would call on the
Father
phone.
of the bride.
Would call and say, "Listen, this is my daughter's wedding. Book it." It's not like today they do showcases.
Right,
The bride's got to
right.
go
Yeah,
look.
gotta go
The groom's-
look. Yeah, yeah,
And the
yeah.
bride's father would come and say, "This is what I want you to do all night."
Don't change.
Right, and then the groom's father used to come over and said, "Hey, can you play this?"
You didn't
no.
pay me.
The bride's father told me, "This is what I got to pay." He
Old
paid
school.
me. This is what I'm playing all night.
Oh, how great is that?
That's
But-
when you do old school stuff, right?
But that's what they used to do. Now today, there's showcases. There's bride wants to see. Back then, it was just a phone call. Hey, my daughter's getting married. Book the date.
That's it.
That was it.
And this is what you're playing, and don't
Yes.
deviate from that.
We want the waltzes, i valse, we want a mazurka, I want a tarantella. This is what you got to play. Okay. And that's what we used to do.
That's the old days. I love the old days.
No, me too. I mean,
the old days.
you know, you always think back, and you know, and you say to yourself, and where did the years go?
Oh,
number
man,
one?
I think I'm still in high school.
Me too. Me too.
Mentally, I'm
feel
still
like
in
we
high
I
feel like
still-
we are.
Yeah.
I don't know if we look that way, but
Yeah,
we feel
but
that
we
way.
feel like we are.
Unbelievable.
And some, I look in the mirror sometimes. I'm saying, "Damn, I still look good
No,
for
no,
my
you
age."
look good. But our kids think we're old.
Yeah.
I'll drop my daughter off in high school, and I'll drop her off somewhere. She's like, "Yeah, drop me off like 2 blocks before you park."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I'm looking at myself. Do I look that old?
When my son Ralphie's 20, okay, I'm 61, gonna
God
turn on
bless.
62. Thank you. And he was so much, you know, when Ralphie was born, I was 41 years old.
Oh, what's up
So
there?
when he started going to school, he would laugh all the time. He would go, hey, Dad, they think you're my grandfather. I'm like, who told you that? I said, I want to know who told you they thought I was your grandfather, you know? I said,
That's funny.
I said, that's not,
that's not
that's not funny. That's not funny, you know?
That's not funny.
But it's funny. Everything you guys is very true. My experience is this, that when I go, I try to go to all the coffee shops. I try to patronize them more. And I got a problem when people go, how are you? No, like, don't you remember me? No, what? There's some people that really changed. And they tell me,
yeah.
what the guy tells me, Sal, you're the same, just the white hair.
Right.
But I got to say, I don't know who you are. I don't remember who they are. That's how much they change.
Well, some people,
they got
yeah.
these teeth
Some
missing.
people change.
They don't
But
take
some
care of
people-
themselves.
Some people look like a lot old, like the Wizard. Look, he's getting old. Wizard, you're getting old.
No, but it's funny.
You follow me what I'm
I
saying,
remember
man?
people from high school that were 18 and
Yeah.
they looked 40.
Yeah.
And they
yeah.
still look the same. No, they still look the same.
Yeah. Or I look at people, some people that look younger, right?
Right.
That were a lot younger.
Right.
Right. And you look at them now, and you're like, holy shit.
Yeah, that happens too. It's the opposite.
Wow. They look so
Crazy
much
what
older.
happens. Yeah, they do.
You know,
They
and
do.
you're like thinking, you're saying to yourself, wow.
No,
do
you're
I
right.
look, and you go back home, and I'm like, do I look that old?
Yeah,
Well,
that's,
it's like
oh,
when,
yeah,
you,
yeah.
when you go to your high school reunion, especially.
Yeah.
Because then you haven't seen anybody in a long time. You don't recognize
That's-
anybody.
Anybody? Oh, no, not at all. Not at all.
That's exactly so when I go, I say, man, they must be saying the same thing about,
About
me,
me.
when I say
Yeah,
Of
yeah,
course.
yeah, yeah.
Because some people don't change. A filosofia.
Some people stay the
right?
same. Some people
But
change.
They tell me, Sal, I will recognize you anywhere. They hear that. But I say, I don't recognize you. I don't know who they are.
But you
They
see, your
changed.
energy makes you younger.
Yeah,
too.
Younger. That's it.
Your energy too.
That's it.
You have
Me-
that positive outlook and everything.
Me, I had an afro all the time, curly hair. I still have a full head of hair, like
yeah,
yours.
of
Look
course,
at
yeah.
your hair over there. But
Thank God
had a
it's
full
mine.
head of hair. But I shave it all the time, so I can put my hat on. I don't have to
Right,
worry
right.
about
Comb
We're
it.
not seeing the
combing
Italian
it.
cappuccio.
Yeah, I got blow mine.
Pupolini.
Uncle Fellini.
No,
There you
but
go.
it was. I literally think about it. We actually, all of us, grew up in a special era. We didn't know then, but we know it now. I wish I would have knew it then.
Of
I would have
course.
taken it in a little bit more.
Of course. And enjoyed it more.
Enjoyed it.
And
because
enjoyed
it
it
was
more.
a different
Different
era.
time.
Much
Everything
different
is.
than it is
Oh
now.
yeah,
Everything
my
is.
grandson, he's 1.5 years old. My granddaughter's 3 years old. They'll take the phone and they'll start going
Oh,
like
they
this.
know how to do. Yeah, of course.
They know how to do everything. And sometimes my grandson, no. And he'll go either on YouTube or
they know
Facebook
everything.
or something, and he's like looking at a reel or whatever.
They know how to do everything.
They know how to do everything.
They know how to work the computer, the laptops.
Yeah.
But the only thing that scares me, like you said, they don't know how to socialize with each other unless there's a phone. So I see people struggling to talk to each other.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know why? Because you guys message. You guys are always on this thing all day long.
All day long.
You got to learn how to talk to somebody.
Even
Oh, yeah.
yesterday, I was at a doctor's office, and there were like a lot of elderly, and everybody was on the phone.
Oh yeah, everybody's
That's all you
sitting there.
see.
Oh yeah.
That's all
Talk
you
to
see.
each other. Hi, how are you?
No, they don't. But even when you go out to dinner, there's
Put
6
them
of us.
away.
Everybody's on the
What
phone.
are you guys doing?
Or wait, here, like I'm negotiating a deal with somebody. They'll text me. Right?
I don't like that when you're talking
I
to
pick
a
up the
person.
phone, I call them, they don't answer. And then they'll text me back, what's up? I'm
What do
like,
you mean?
pick
I'm
up the
trying to-
phone. I want to talk to you. Oh, I like texting. I hate texting.
Right.
crazy.
I
may
want to
miss-
talk to you.
Right. You may miss what I'm trying to say.
say to you in texting.
Yep.
But the younger generation, you guys are absolutely right. Everybody's worried about texting. Nobody's worried about talking,
No.
having
I hate it with a
communication
passion.
or anything.
100%.
And this is the reason why we do these shows again, keeping Italian heritage alive, Biagio. We're doing it for us because one, we love to do it, but we're really not doing it for ourselves. We're not. We're really not.
No.
We're not. We
And-
love it.
and
Biagio, this guy, he
We enjoy
breathes,
doing it.
He sleeps music. I'm telling you, I don't care what anybody says.
And I got to say,
We
you
actually
got,
do
you're
it for our
sincere
kids.
about that.
Yeah, we
Thank
do it
you.
for our kids
Yeah.
and grandkids. If we don't do it, our grandkids
Who's
don't know
gonna do it?
what the flag looks like, what the Italian language is. That when you talk to them in Italian, it's amazing. We do it for our grandkids. We have to keep our talent alive going, and otherwise we're in trouble. We're gonna be in trouble.
Yep.
We're gonna do this until the day we die.
No, I'm glad.
150.
Well, as you can see, you're right.
Yeah.
They're trying to take Columbus Day, which
Yeah.
you can see all that
Yeah.
stuff's going on. So
to-
we were,
We were fighters
We were
on
fighting
that.
for it.
Oh, yeah. And
Don't take the statue down. Why?
You know what?
They're trying to change history. They're,
Put
you know,
yours up. Do whatever you
Why?
want. But why you gotta take mine down?
Right.
That's
So
right.
Biagio and I, through the when it was tearing the statues
Statues,
down,
yeah.
we went
They
a
were
lot of
taking them
places.
down?
We did a lot of meetings, we did a few shows and everything. We fought for that. But again, I have what it takes. I know Italian. I was born in Paris, and I could get it. It's my kids and my grandkids that I worry
Yeah.
about.
That's it.
That you
And
fight for. All right.
Speaking about Columbus, I belong to Unico. And everybody wants to, with the statues, get rid of them. We wanted a statue. I live in Fairfield, right on the park, okay? And now the entrance to the park is called Columbus Way.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
And we have a
Beautiful.
statue
Beautiful.
from Unico,
Beautiful.
right in as
That's
soon
great.
as as you go into the park in Fairfield, New Jersey. There's a
That is
statue
fantastic.
of Christopher Columbus.
Because a lot of
what-
people took
Yeah.
them down.
Talking about
They were
Unico.
scared they were
And
going to
we-
break them.
Right,
They
and
took
we
them
have
down.
a Columbus Day,
Unico does
every
a lot.
year. We do it in Fairfield
Nice.
And I
now.
remember one of the biggest guys that fought for that was Dr. Manny Alfano. He was a big fighter for the statues and everything.
Really?
Manny Alfano. And the Unico is the forefront of keeping that stuff.
You
But
know-
why take mine? Put yours up and
oh,
keep
yeah.
mine.
Oh yeah, the best was
I don't care.
the news was coming
Oh, the
around.
media,
back,
yeah?
The media back
I
in the day,
remember that.
and I was happening to walk into the park, and they started
they grabbed
asking
me and
me
spoke to-
questions and spoke to me, and they were talking about Columbus, and I said, look, if people want to get rid of them, put them on my front lawn. And again,
That was a great-
me is
that was a
going the
great
entrance
answer.
into the
Yeah,
park. I
that's
go
great.
put them on my front lawn. I don't
I'll
care.
take it.
You know, I'll take anybody's statue
no,
they want to get rid of. But
True.
that's what we
Crazy.
end. You know, and now Unico, we ended up putting it at the park. Speaking about that, you know what? I got to talk to everybody at Unico. Maybe next year, again, keeping the Italian
it would be-
tradition alive here. Is we got to get Biagio there.
That'll be great.
Let me.
Last year we were doing Totowa, but I forgot if it
Let me put
rained out.
Yeah,
because we do Totowa
wait,
as well.
Let me put it this way: I know Unico very well. I know the whole organization. Whatever Unico says, get this out. Me and Biagio do.
Okay.
Whatever they
Yeah.
say, whatever their motto is, we actually do it.
Okay. Yeah, I belong to the
I'm
chapter
very
in
familiar.
Fairfield. So
I was vice president of the one in Fairfield. I'm sorry, in Pequannock.
Pequannock,
So
okay.
I know
I
that. So
belong to
whatever they
Fairfield.
talk about
Yep.
that, we actually go out and do it. So if they could support us and we support them, I think it's a good
I
marriage.
think that,
the
let me
Unico
tell
and
you, I
us.
think that would be great,
Yep.
especially the Fairfield Park there.
Oh,
It's
Fairfield, is it true? The most Italians?
most
Yeah.
Italians in the
capita,
country.
right?
We
in
should
the
do
whole
Fairfield.
country.
That's unreal.
I
We
think
do
you
West
guys.
Patterson
I
now.
think you guys should do Fairfield.
Oh, I would love
I'm
to.
gonna make
Yeah.
it.
I would love to.
I'm gonna talk to them. We actually
We
have
do
a
West
meeting
Patterson
next
now.
week.
We
That
did-
one. Yeah,
right,
West
we did
Patterson.
Totowa, West
Totowa,
Patterson,
Warwick
yeah.
Park.
Right, great.
But Unico is a true. It's a great organization.
All
Great
right,
organization.
let's see what we can do. We're gonna have Biagio at.
I think we could be
Unico,
the
hopefully.
face of Unico. Whatever they say, we'll go up and do it. 'Cause I think so.
What'd you guys think of this? I thought we had a good
Listen,
conversation.
I loved. Thanks for having us. First of all, thank you.
Thank you.
Great set. I love. Again, I'm telling you, I love the logo. I love everything that you do. I love the shirt.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for having us. That's all I could say. It's unbelievable. We had a great time.
I think it's good because again we have no. It wasn't like here we're going to talk about
No,
this.
it
We're
was
going
no
to talk
preset.
about
Nothing
nothing
was
preset.
No preset, no Vito didn't tell us, don't say this, none of that. Very proud of no politics brought up. I love
No.
it. Wine was great. I do have a problem though. I want to be here back tomorrow.
For what? Another glass of wine?
I really truly love the setting. Biagio and I have done quite a few of these, and they call us in earlier, right? Biagio?
Yes, yes,
We're
yes.
going to talk about this. We're going to talk about that. We can't say this. We can't say that. Keep it on point. This is what you say. This is what I say. I loved it that we came here at the same time as Vito did.
I walked
You
on
know,
one side
no,
of the parking
no
lot. You
preaching.
were on the other
Perfect
side.
time.
Preset of anything, Sal. You say this, Biagio. You say that. You can't talk about this. You can. I literally love the setting is so relaxing.
I feel like I'm home.
Yeah, if
Right,
we're
I'm
watching
glad.
an Italian
I'm glad.
show right now, if we're watching Festival, Sanremo Festival right
Which is
now,
on right
I
now.
think I'm,
It is.
No,
And
be
Jerry
honest with you,
Montone happens to be there.
Oh, is he? Is he in Italy? Is he really?
if I was watching the Italian
didn't even know
Festival
that.
right now, I would feel like I'm by Biagio's father's home.
There you go.
Alessandro's home, watching Domenica's home, watching the Sanremo with a nice
Sanremo.
glass of wine. That's how comfortable. Vito, the tone of the conversation.
Absolutely.
Thank you, thank you.
We have no agenda here, no personal agenda,
Nothing.
no business agenda, right? We just talk about little real estate, little wine,
That's
a
it.
little bit about everything. I guess we spoke about, right?
we touched
and
upon.
the main thing is for Vito to do his things with the real estate, and for Biagio and I to keep on fighting for the Italian American people in the tri-state area. Forza Italia.
And you guys do a great job. I just want to say thank you too for bringing
No
me a
problem,
nice
no
bottle of
problem.
wine here.
Thank
the
you.
other bottle of wine finished that.
You keep it for the
The
next
friggin'
guy.
hole over
Oh,
here.
there's a hole.
I can't believe the
I'll tell
hole
you,
in
it
the
goes
bottle.
smooth. It doesn't have a harsh taste. to it or
No,
anything like
no,
that.
not at all. Thank you again, Kevin. And then after the show, we're
Yeah,
going to
we gotta
enjoy our,
dive
our,
into
our
that.
I said, there was
cannoli.
We'll dive into that.
I can't speak for Biagio, but I enjoyed being here tonight.
No,
It
I
was
did
like
too.
really warm,
Thank you,
comfortable.
guys.
Thank you.
And the
Thank
best
you.
thing about this thing right here is that 3 Italians from Patterson who've done very well. And I'm not talking about money wise or that very well in giving back to the community and people that need help.
That's it.
Absolutely.
That's
We're
what it's
always,
all
our
about.
word
I'm
is
glad
always,
you- I'm
what
glad
could
you
we
hit
do
on
for the
that.
next person? It's not about us. What could we do for the next person? That's what it's all about.
And I'm glad you hit upon that. Sometimes I watch on social media and you see a lot of different, things out there. Somebody's in a grocery store and the people can't pay for their food. They'll
Somebody
drop
comes up.
$100 on the floor.
Absolutely.
I just tap them on the shoulder. Hey, you
Always
dropped
do
that,
that.
and And I say to myself, hey, if I ever ran into that situation, I'd do the same thing for these
right?
people. And sometimes I actually go out looking for that.
Just
you know?
we talked about this Biagio many times. How Biagio and I take it to the next step because we're a little bit un poco stonati, right? Tu sei stonato. I'm stonato. Noi siamo stonati. We've done 2 or 3 fundraisers where Biagio's play for free, not a penny, nothing. Plays an hour, half hour, and we end up donating to the fundraiser.
Oh,
Yeah, we throw money in there. Too.
No, no, but that's...
We're doing that too.
We walk out of there and said, Biagio,
again,
how stonato are we? We just played for free. We drove an hour and we donated money to the charity.
Yep.
I said, we're going to be out of
We
our
try to
mind.
do as much as we can.
And
that's
what
unheard of.
Yeah, that's what it's all
You
about.
imagine
what it's
getting
all
an
about.
entertainer, hey, come and play for free or do a meet
Oh,
and
yeah.
greet, and then here, give me a couple $100 for the guys. You're crazy. It's
No. You're
truth, guys.
You're absolutely right.
It's crazy what we
Yeah,
do.
you have some entertainers where I'm sure you talk to them or whatever. You want to sign me
You're
up?
gonna
Talk
have
to
that.
my agent, whatever,
we have-
this or that. You know what? At the end of the day, we come around this world one time.
That's right.
And you know
That's
what?
truth.
You treat everybody the same.
That's right.
Don't forget
Yep.
where you came from, because
That's-
that entertainer came from somewhere else before.
right.
That probably came up to where he is now. You know what? Help everybody out.
That's right.
If we can't help everybody out, who the hell's going
You're
to
right.
do it?
100%.
You know,
100%.
You got to say to yourself, you know what?
No, you're right. Because people say, "Oh, look at that." I don't care what that person does.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
is
yeah.
me.
That's
This is what I
right.
like to
Oh,
do.
yeah.
That's
yeah.
it.
No,
Because people say, "Well, you're stupid." Okay, I'm stupid.
That's it.
That's
We'll
it. No, you're right though.
We'll take
Right.
us being called stupid, knowing that we've done something
That we
good
did
for
the right
somebody.
thing. Right.
Call me
You-
stupid all day long.
That's it. And it goes back to here, even back to, selling a house. A realtor, okay, I'm going to cut my commission, half a point. If you can cut your commission half a point, we'll get the deal done.
Right.
Oh, I'm not cutting.
Yeah.
You know.
So now you got to take more of a loss
Start
if
all
you
over
want to
again.
make it happen.
Right. You-
All right, so I'll do it.
I'll do.
And
come
why
on.
you take it? Yeah, it should be.
It should be
mutual.
an even thing,
Right.
right. But some
Absolutely.
people don't.
Again, they don't
think.
comprehend.
They
But
don't
again,
comprehend.
it comes around.
It comes absolutely.
It comes
It
around.
does come around.
It comes around.
It does
You're going
come
to get the next deal. They go, look
And
what he
they're
did to
not-
make
yeah.
that
At
happen.
one point,
This
less
one
is
didn't
better
wanna
than
make it
having
happen.
nothing.
Yeah.
It comes around.
I always say, you know what? 2% or 2.5% is better than 0%.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely. 100%.
So that's how you got to
Yeah,
look at it.
us being Italian Americans and living in America, going we go through, we all have great. We're blessed with families. I know you are, Biagio and I. So when we travel, I try to open up for Biagio. Introduce him, and then say a few words after he's done. When he's done, I use always the same 2 words. I close out the show. I talk to the people. Never forget where you came from.
Yep, and that's
And
right.
the last thing I say, remember now, never forget where you came from. And I close it out because we live here. God bless America.
There you go.
Not
right.
a perfect country, but the best country in the world.
There you go.
Yep.
Right, Badge? I always close that.
Absolutely.
Never forget where you came from. We, in order for us to come here tonight, we had to know where we came from. Right?
Of course.
You got to put it in the thing. We're going. Now we got to go back. So you
Yep.
can't forget where you
came
came from.
from.
I hate the ones that make a little money and then.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
You get all that.
Humble.
You get all that.
Humble.
That's it.
Write
Yep.
that word in your dictionary and then take another.
100%.
Now that we're on the subject, guys, I love I love everybody. Just when you get a chance, go in your dictionary and take out the word jealousy.
Yeah.
That's
Take
gotta
out,
go.
take out
right.
jealous out of
Jealousy.
your
Oh,
dictionary.
jealousy has got to go.
J-Lo.
Biagio, what do you
Jealous.
say? Your turn. Boy, take it out, right? Go in your
Take it-
dictionary,
take
find
it
out
out,
where it is.
Take it out.
Boom.
Right.
That's right.
La
That's ridiculous.
gelosia non è buono per
It's not good for
nessuno.
nothing.
Nessuno.
For
That's
nobody.
right.
Tu
100%.
devi sempre sperare che tua famiglia, il tuo amico fa sempre meglio di te.
I hope they know how to pronounce it. I hope they understand what you just said.
Guys, this was great. I really
No, thanks.
enjoyed
Off
it.
the hook.
Biagio, whatever
Did you
wanna-
enjoy us,
let me
Vito,
tell
tell
you,
us the truth.
I really enjoyed this.
Listen
you
to
know
this.
what?
That's
It
great.
brought me back to
That's great.
back in the day.
We did a
You
show
know?
2 Saturdays
Thank you.
ago, right?
It
Biagio?
brought me
2
back in the
Saturdays
day.
ago, remember? Upstate New York
That's right.
with Paul. Paul said, You guys were the best guest I ever had. And what happened was there was a call-in. He said, I never got so many calls. People were calling in left and right.
Oh, that's right. The podcast.
So
Yeah.
our thing, Biagio and I's thing is to wherever we go, to make it the best show that they ever had, and uplift the show, and hope that more people watch it day in and day out.
I appreciate
So we
that.
love Vito, and always, guys, stay tuned. We need more new people to watch this and have a little
Vino with Vito.
Vito.
with Vito.
Salute.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
And
Cheers.
Vito is one of us. He's a
Salute.
great guy.
And my wine is done. You know what happens when that is. Biagio, you want to say anything before we close out here?
I
Yeah,
just
think
wanna-
about what you want to say. Talk about a few things.
No, I think I'm fine. I just want to thank you for having us. It's been a great journey that we've been on right now, Sal and I.
Yeah.
And we're just going to keep going.
Yeah, that's-
what we
that's
love on
right.
doing. That's
Yeah.
it.
Great,
Thanks for
great.
coming to our shows.
And
Thanks
we're gonna
for
continue to come.
supporting everything that we do. And that's life. God bless everybody. That's pretty much it.
Just do me one favor. When you wear these shirts, don't
Yes.
wear them in the Fairfield Park. The squirrels will come after you.
Oh,
all right?
really?
And on that note, one day, and that day will come, when you need to buy or sell a house. And when that day does come, you need to call Vito Cantuzzi, the godfather of Northern New Jersey real estate.